Hi, it's 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And given all the horror shows of people being enslaved and mining and stuff like that, I just want to make sure people are aware that there are good squadrons out there that you can join. And when you do join a good squadron, you can make billions of credits really easily. Because squadrons have tons of players, those players play all the time, and many of us do random things to help each other out. This is Nemesis Dragon sharing wing missions with me, because he donated the other billion to my lottery. So he is giving me the billion via sharing wing missions. And also I'm getting shared wing missions just because he's generous and he gives away absolutely billions a month in wing missions. I've done it. I've done loads of wing mission stacking for people, given money away to complete randomers, to friends and to squadron. When I sell my mining wares, I always try and get people in the wing so they can get the trade dividends. There's always people giving away free money in a squadron. So joining a squadron is one of the best ways to make cash very, very quickly. I mean, virtually everything that you do in game, you can make more money doing if there's a group of you doing it. IED, for example, they go up to XI Hydra, grab loads of them, all run wing missions and share them between themselves. That is their preferred method of making sure all their guys have got money. Every major player group I've ever been with has always had guys helping other people make money as quickly as they can. Recently, a group of us stepped in and assisted a certain member of the Dark Marauders in getting their fleet carrier quicker. That's the joy of being in a group, being in a squadron. You look after each other, you take care of each other, and that's the great part of it. I've given away billions of credits to my other fellow Dark Marauder members. I'm currently running my lottery, so if you want to make millions or billions very, very quickly, keep an eye out for my lotteries. They're happening on the 14th of each month. I'm giving away between 500 million and 2 billion credits with each one. I think this month I'm planning to do 1 billion credits, but we will see. And I'm going to do something reasonably non-criminal, so you won't get notoriety or anything this time. So we'll see how many people enter that. Skull of the Dark Marauders won the last lottery and is yet to collect his 2 billion credits, but is over the moon with the fact that he's got 2 billion credits to collect. And at the moment, Nemesis Dragon has contributed his most of his billion to the prize fund. So I'm all ready to go with the next one. I've got enough money in my bank to pay for the next lottery as well. So we're all good to go for Marches. I tend to make about 2 billion a month, so I'm always happy to help out my fellow commander in need. Always happy to share the wealth around my squadron. And there are many players like me, and there are many player squadrons that help all of their crew, all of their, squadron mates get money. The more you engage with a squadron, the more rewarding and the more likely you are to be included on those sort of things. The handy thing about squadron, there's always people to group up with, do massacre missions, do mass bulk trading, do wing missions together, and there are people that are just nuts and will share wealth for no other reason than they just don't need the money themselves, and that is why you should join a squadron. I know there's a lot of guys out there that this game is a solo game and that's the way they like it, and there isn't anything wrong with that. But even if you are someone who doesn't want to engage, you don't have to come into open to engage with other commanders. There is private group, which holds a plethora of player groups play private group only. There's a lot of player groups that have more private group players than open players, and they are equally as helpful, equally as willing to share wealth, as willing to help engineering, help you progress within the game. I haven't met a squadron I wouldn't recommend if you're the right person for that squadron. I would never recommend someone who wants to be a lawful good guy to join the Dark Marauders, for example. I would point them in the right direction to some lawful groups. If people have no preference, I tend to push them towards XO or New Pilots Initiative, because they're so huge. There's always going to be players on, there's always going to be stuff happening that they can get involved in. And I'll be honest, there's plenty of a massive number of private groups that are just as active, if not more active. The likes of the Pixel Bandits, have always been very welcoming. There's huge groups that you can look at. There's massive amounts on Discord, on forums. Find a squadron that suits you, find a squadron that fits you, and honestly, the game opens up massively for you. I could not recommend it more. It's one of the things that kept me playing this game long after I would have normally put it down, and that was the engagement with friends in the factions that I joined. No other game I've ever played has a kind of that sort of sense of community, that many people playing the same game in different ways across the spectrum, doing different things, engaging in different ways, and even our interactions with each other. I'm always chatting to people that have a completely different outlook on the game than I do, or have completely different expectations of what they should or shouldn't be doing within the game, and I find that fascinating. I really do enjoy the interaction and that sort of side of the game, which is one of the reasons why I joined the Dark Marauders. I was a space trucker looking for a bit of adventure, a bit of excitement, and the Dark Marauders provided that. PvP piracy has always been fun, engaging roleplay stuff. It's not about killing people, it's not about making money, it's not about ganking anyone, it's about interacting with other players and having a bit of a laugh. That for me is what I did it for. I still spend most of my time in game trading and mining. You'd be surprised that I very small percentage of my time is spent fighting, pirating, or doing the stuff that generally makes it into my YouTube videos. I do a lot of videos with mining in the background, because I do spend a lot of my time simply mining. Like I say, coming down here with a few podcasts, chilling out after work is great. Middle of the night when I've got to stay up because I'm nights the next day, mining keeps me going. Now, I am obviously going to be biased when it comes to player groups you should join. There's no doubt about that. I'm obviously always going to say that Dark Marauders are the best player group out there, but you all know exactly why. And that is because, as I keep saying,